Let's get the thoughts now of George Galloway. He's a British author, broadcaster and former MP too, and he joins us now. And you're very welcome, George. Thanks for coming on to RT tonight to discuss this. We're hearing there, just take Murad's report, for example, more and more people are coming forward saying, look, we live there, but we saw no evidence of a chemical attack. But this line is not even discussed by Western leaders or in the Western media. It's just totally dismissed.
Well, it made for miserable viewing, I must say, not because of the witnesses and their valuable testimony, but the conduct of people who call themselves journalists, people who pass for the Fourth Estate, which is supposed to ask difficult questions of everybody in a story. But they have become absorbed like a kind of Stockholm syndrome, embedded with the states in which they work and the collection of states that is in play here. And that's the reason for the kind of frenzy, the kind of bitter cynicism that they displayed. And I was embarrassed to watch it because most of the worst offenders were British. Thank God you cannot bribe or twist the average British journalist, but when you see what unbribed he'll do, you see that there's no reason to. And that was in full and ugly view to anyone watching that press conference.
It also makes you think, George, doesn't it? What evidence has to be presented for them just to perhaps reconsider their position, not necessarily change their opinion in the end, but just to at least say, OK, let's have another look?
Well, how did they form their opinion? They formed it from afar, either in newsrooms or studios. They've never been in Syria. They don't know any Arabic. They've never heard of Douma until it became a war zone. They were told which way they should be facing long time ago in this conflict. And they've never stopped to ask themselves, how is it that we ended up on the side of the jihadists, the army of Islam? These are not people normally given to flying flags for the army of Islam, but they're ready to fly the flags of the whole alphabet soup of these Islamist fanatic formations that are operating in Syria. It's at one and the same time ridiculous, but also obscene. And when real journalists went there, like Robert Fisk, the multiply awarded British Journalist of the Year more times than I can remember, when he went there on his own feet, walked around without a minder, without a guard, nothing, just him and his notebook and pencil, and told them there was no chemical attack in Douma. Well, it's as if he'd never existed, as if they'd never heard of him. Robert who, they might as well have been asking.
George, good to talk to you. Sorry we've run out of time, but we'll leave it there for now. That was George Galloway, British author, broadcaster and former MP. Thank you.